Hi guys, my name is Fernanda Silva. I am currently finishing up my second semester at UTEP. I am majoring in psychology with a minor in sociology. I graduated from Irvin High School in the top 2% of the class of 2019. And after my first year in college, I plan to start applying for internships with the Customs and Border Protection Agency as I become a junior, so I would be able to start gaining experience for when I am able to graduate and be able to go in as a homicide detective for the crime scene investigative team, which is the career that I am choosing to follow and hopefully be able to be a part of. UTEP is a college known for its engineering program, and one of the careers that fall under this is marine architecture. The education for this specific career is a 4-year bachelor's degree in architecture or a relating engineering degree. Some schools do offer coursework or a degree program in marine or naval architecture specifically, as well as marine, ocean, or mechanical engineering degrees. So some of the basic coursework for this career would include hydraulics, materials testing, electrical theory, and practice, and mathematics. You can also start preparing yourself to become part of this career in high school. You can take basic coursework from chemistry, physics, geometry, algebra 2, pre-calculus, calculus, English, and if your school does offer computer science, statistics, and applied technology. One of the most important skills for a person in this career would be good communication, both oral and written. This would be because of the interactions with specialists in a wide range of outside fields, so you'd have to be able to communicate with others who've never studied this before and describe to them what is going on and what needs to be done. Another set of skills would be creativity, inquisitive, analytical, and of course being detail-oriented and working as part of a team. Some jobs do require theoretical or scientific knowledge, as well as practical design and production work. Marine architects are hired by different kinds of people or agencies and make a decent amount of money throughout the year. They're able to make around $93,000 a year, which is around $2,000 a week, which is above the minimum wage and the United States mean annual wage. They are mainly employed on states that have oceans surrounding them as well, which is shown in the map. They are hired by the U.S. Navy Sea System Command, the U.S. Coast Guard, or different branches of government. They are also self-employed as consultants for private companies, and they are also hired by the military to help build the submarines as well as the ships that carry the weapons for the army. A marine architect is in charge of designing and overseeing the construction of the different ships they've designed. They also are able to design the yachts and the cruise liners for vacationers. They oversee the construction for that and are in charge of the interior and work with mechanical engineers to check the system control. They also create remotely operated vehicles known as ROVs for undersea research. They design the deep water oil platforms used to drill out oil, and they renovate them each year in order to ensure that the oil is still being taken out and to modify the design so that it goes deeper into the ocean surface. They also ensure that the ship is economical to both build and run. They evaluate the performance of the ship during test runs. They design vessels that allow humans and their cargo to cross through or under those waters safely and efficiently. They design merchant ships, which are essential for trade between countries because they carry oil, cars, food, clothing, and toys. They also do the military ships, and the vessels that they design are supposed to be able to run smoothly and travel thousands of miles of open waters. So not only do these architects design the ships and the compartments that are in the ship, they also research materials or different techniques that can be used to make the ships, or if the material is safe for the water and will sustain the cargo and the weight as well as the water and the currents. They are also in charge of remodeling the vessels or improving them with the new materials. In conclusion, a marine architect is in charge of both the design and system of any vessel or ship or drone that is used for water, and makes sure that it is able to perform its tasks proficiently through thousands of bodies of water, and is able to design and research materials as well that can be used to produce these ships. They typically work between their office and their work site. They also are able to travel to business meetings or conferences, and their typical work time is 40 hours a week. The following video is an interview with marine architect Joe Farkas, and he was one of the designers for the cruise ship.
Everyone knows the Carnival fleet is more commonly known as the fun ships. From bow to stern, these floating vessels are packed full of excitement. But the fun goes beyond the endless activities, the dining options, the dancing and romancing under the stars. No, these ships are created with imagination and empowered with a story that is woven throughout the design of every ship.
My name is Joe Farkas, and I'm the architect of this ship. And I'd like to tell you a story. This ship, the design of this ship, as well as all the ships that I have done for Carnival Cruise Lines, has a story. It's what I call a central idea. And that idea is some people like to call it a theme, I don't. It is a point where I begin all the designs. It's an intellectual idea for me to build artistic creations around, that all of the public rooms on board of the ship follow, so that to me there is a coherence in the design that varies in how that's interpreted from room to room.
Some of the central ideas are tied to the ship's name or history. The Destiny's concept, for instance, pays homage to monumentality. When the ship set sail, she was the first cruise ship to surpass over 100,000 gross tons. It was a monumental occasion that was worth celebrating. The Valor touts a very patriotic theme throughout its interiors. And the Sensation is a celebration of the five senses. The concept of the interior of a Carnival ship is decided upon early in the design stages.
The process begins by making the drawings that flesh out the central idea. These are all architectural drawings done to scale that show the floor plans, the ceiling plans, the main elevations and details, some of which we do on computer, but again, the initial drawings are all done by hand. Basically, everything that you see on this ship today is laid out by us and specified by us so that every note is carried out in some particular material or detail around the ship.
The vision for the Conquest was Impressionist painters. Farkas wants passengers to feel like they're walking through a painting. Carnival's Freedom is a ship that takes passengers on a journey throughout the decades. It's like stepping into a time warp. There's a lounge that shouts the 50s, and the disco is 70s all the way, including a giant mirrored ball, adding to the fun. As no two Carnival ships are alike, there seems to be a world of discovery ahead for passengers interested in a good story.
What we have on board, it's an experience. It's something meant for you to have fun and enjoy and relax and all of those things that you've come on board the ship for. And we spare really no expense in making that happen.